I'm Barry Benjamin. I'm running for the St. Augustine Port, Waterway, and Beach District Commission. I've been a commissioner for the last 11 years and 9 months. I've served on the board in the capacity as the chairman for over 2 years and vice chairman for over 2 years. I'm very familiar with the waterways of St. Augustine. I'm very familiar with the beaches of St. Augustine. I'm an avid boater, and I've been a boater here in St. Augustine for over 25 years. I'm experienced in the marine-related industry, as I'm a yacht broker and general manager of a marina, 100-slip marina here in St. Augustine. I think that I'm very qualified for this position. Prior to my waterway experience, I ran a company which had over 146 stores. I was experienced in negotiating and financial matters, dealing with the public and retail, also with some political entities in Maryland and Washington, D.C.
You're on. Thank you very much, sir. Ms. Margot?
All right. Well, Barry, when we were coming up, I was telling you about the fact that the other race that was on the primary vote had only had 1,800 people not vote for it, and I was asking you, how do you overcome this possibility that people ignore the Port Waterway race?
Well, I think that we need to be a little bit more proactive in our public relations. I think we need more signage up to basically tout what we do. We do a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't realize. You know, we've sponsored and paid for the inflatable boats for the lifeguards. We have paid and sponsored the jet skis for the lifeguards. That's something that you wouldn't think the Port and Waterway Commission would be involved in, but what we have also done is we have planted sea oats for miles along the beach to stabilize the dunes. We have also instituted a mile marker system along the beach, and that means that there are signs that may say marker 132, and then if you're in trouble or if there's something going on with regard to the beach safety and you call rescue, and you could say I'm at mile 116 or 132, and that goes from Guana all the way down here to St. Augustine Beach, rather than just say I'm at the beach. I think that's pretty important, and those are things that people don't know that the Port and Waterway Commission does. You know, I think that a lot of people think all we do are dredging projects. That's a big part of our mission, but it's not the most important part of the mission. I think that we need more public awareness on what we do.
And you also have the various reef projects.
Yes, we've sponsored many reef projects, and I think that's probably one of the best projects that we do, because a reef brings in an average, I think it's $135 per person that uses those reefs in revenue for the county. Now, some of those reefs are right at the borderline of Flagler and St. John's. But now one of our newest ones is the Andy King Reef, and that is in St. John's County. Very good reef, named after an avid boater, fisherman person in the county who has passed on. The project was partially funded by the, I believe it was the Ancient City Game Fish Club. And they put a big chunk in there, and we put a big chunk in there, and I think it just speaks well for their community activism. If that's the right word.
Yes. And then, of course, you also participate in the dredging projects.
Yes, we dredge different areas. I think our latest project is going to be, if it gets approved, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get approved, is the San Sebastian River, which really needs it. It hasn't been dredged since 1957. There are a lot of areas, particularly around River's Edge Marina, that are silted in, and that's the area where you have the big tugboats that come in and they fill up with fuel around marine supply and oil, and the shrimp boats all come in there and unload. So that's an area that really needs to be dredged. There are some low spots, and I'm affiliated with that property, and I see that a lot of times that the boats they're grounded, they can't move.
Why do you think it's not been done in such a long time? Has it just not been a priority, or the
I think
marinas
that
haven't complained, or?
no, I think it's just a matter of funding, and it was a matter of other things I think that some people thought were just more important than that.
Okay. Okay, Ron?
I'm just curious, what do you see the largest issues facing the Port and Waterway Commission for the future, for the next couple of years?
Well, you know, we're working on the harbor management plan right now, and that's up for review. That's a big thing. And then, of course, the dredging of the San Sebastian River all the way through, because it'll start, it'll be from King Street all the way down to where the, well, not quite the inlet, but it'll be towards the 312 bridge. And that's a big project. It's a major undertaking. And we hope to have sponsoring from the Corps of Engineers and FIND and various other entities that would help pay for this. It's a pretty expensive project.
Could you expand a little bit on the harbor management plan? What all? I'm not familiar enough with it to ask the right question, but
well, I couldn't really tell you too much about it at this point because I don't have it in front of me. It's a very complex plan. It's book this thick.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It involves the inlet management, things like that.
Okay.
The city mooring fields.
Right.
I know the Port and Waterway has been involved in at least working with the city on that. How do you think it's going in terms of the purpose?
I think it's real good. I think it really works out well for the city. And it looks to be a pretty profitable venture for the city at this point. I believe that the mooring fields have stopped a lot of the derelict vessels that have just been abandoned and have during storms come loose and crashed into people's docks, and some of them have been sunk there. It's I believe it's a good thing. I'm not a real fan of some of the pricing that they have with it, but other than that, it's I believe the mooring fields are a real good thing for the city. Yeah.
What role could the port play in saying to the city, hey, your rates are not in line, or maybe you should have more free time, or?
Well, that's something that we're really not involved in because we can't control their pricing.
What about what's happened since the city has come up with this mooring field plan is that the derelict boats have just moved down, just try to look off the shores. You can see them out there. Is that something that would be a Ports and Waterways responsibility?
Yes, it will eventually become part of the Ports and Waterways responsibility. They have a pilot program that they're working on right now. Then eventually they're going to make it so that all those boats, it's going to be a countywide thing, that you just can't moor out just in any location.
Mm-hmm. And that's being initiated by Ports and Waterways?
No, that's initiated by the state.
Okay. What's the Ports and Waterways role in that?
We have no role at this point until the state asks us to get involved in it, which would be after the pilot program is expired.
And is that the one that's going on like through 2014?
Right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I know we're starting to get calls from people who live in the south.
Yeah.
That they see these boats out there. And
right, they've all migrated towards that area there.
Yeah.
Right. But I'll tell you that the derelict boat program that we have instituted now, with our cooperation with the city and the Sheriff's Department and City Police, I mean, they're doing a great job. The boats used to be derelict and sunk for years. Sometimes they'd be out there 2 years before they'd be removed. Now we can have them removed in as little as, well, it may seem like a long time, but it's really not, within 90 days. The Fish and Wildlife has played a major part in helping us get rid of these boats.
Now, I recall that you did some information brochures a few years back.
Yes, we partnered with Sea Grant.
And that was to provide boaters more knowledge about St. Johns County, St. Augustine Harbor. And
right, that was a map.
And it's a great map.
Yes, it's a great map. It's printed on like a plastic type paper, so it'll last forever.
Yeah, Carl Blow brought one a couple of years ago, and somebody loved it so much they stole it from my office.
Oh, we still have 1,000 more.
Okay.
No. They were great. It's just time to update them a little bit right now. It showed the areas that were shoaling in. It was a big chart for the boaters to have and keep on their boat. It told basically all the waterways in the district And the other side of it was history of St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Pretty informative chart.
Do you get involved with the TDC and the Visitor and Convention Bureau?
No,
In any way?
no.
They don't contact you? I
No, they
think
never
that
call
would
us.
be a big,
No.
a big area of interest for them, so,
You'd think so, but they never call us.
yeah. But you have the map to give them?
Yes,
Yeah.
sure do.
Okay.
Many as they want.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
Great map, yeah. What's your view of how the commission currently operates? A productive, good, cohesive board? What's your view of that? Effective would be the word I guess I'm looking for.
I would say that for the most part, I think it works out pretty well. You know, there are some things with regard to the cohesive part that aren't real cool. But I think that for the most part, we get done what we need to get done.
Okay. You feel your relationship with Fine is good?
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any problem with Carl Blow being on both boards?
Have
That was
no
an
problem.
issue last time.
No problem whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I think it's a win for us. I mean, you've got a guy that's the fine commissioner, and legality says it's fine for him to be on the commission, and I think it's great to have him aboard. He's a good member. He was my vice chairman when I was chairman.
Yeah.
Mr. Bliss going to run for re-election in 2 years, do you know?
I have no idea.
What sets you apart?
What sets me apart from all the other guys?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll tell you.
And from Mr.
No, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I think that I'm a steward of the money. You know, I vote for what I think is fair to the taxpayers, and I always think that that you're not paying a lot of money for the Port Authority. I mean, it's like maybe $6 or $8, maybe $10 per household.
Yeah.
So when we give away thousands of dollars to something that I'm not real, let's say, use the word again, cool with, I'm vocal about it. There's some things that I'm not really for, and I've voted against, and I've been the only guy that voted against it in a lot of times. And I'm sensitive to how many houses it takes to make up $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 or $10,000. So I'm a little stingy with the money there.
That's a good thing to do. In fact, I was going to tell Carl that on the reefs, on that construction up on 295 and 95, there's piles and piles of concrete where they've cut the sections out of the road. I don't know if y'all are working to deal with them, but that's a more reef material where they've sectioned 95 and they're piling them all up under the 295 bridge, and there's massive amounts of that up there right now.
I think right now we have all the stuff coming from the bridge they're going to tear down at Matanzas.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Reefs are really good. I mean, it brings a lot of revenue in. It's a good thing. It's
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not very expensive. I mean, now here's my other hat. They're like $25,000, but it just they last forever basically, and they bring a lot of revenue in.
Primarily from the fishing industry.
For the fishing people, yeah. You figure fuel and bait and tackle and and food and it's a good thing. And plus the publicity is good for it.
Yeah. Do you think you get people coming in here because of the reefs?
Sure.
Like from other places?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the times I've gone out, that's exactly where we've gone fishing, is off those reefs.
Yeah.
Or off the wrecks, or off the reef.
Yeah.
They're all well marked.
Okay.
Pete?
You get the chance to make the closing statement. You get to say why people should vote for you.
Okay. Why you should vote for me?
Mm-hmm.
I think if you vote for me, I'm an experienced, professional, Marine type person. I think that my voting record is good. My attendance record is good. I don't usually miss any meetings, and if I miss any at all, it's maybe one a year, if that. There are a lot of years that I don't miss any meetings. I don't have a specific agenda in mind to promote something for personal gain or any kind of political gain. I'm just there to represent the taxpayers in the best way that my heart and my morals tell us to do.
Good. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.